Welcome to Twist Talks, where we talk about the Japanese game Twisted Wonderland.
We discuss theories, headcanons, and other random nonsense about the game and its characters.
For the sake of spoilers within our podcast topics, we will only be discussing the international release over the Japanese release.
Hi, I'm Talisa, and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, I'm Kaden, and my pronouns are I don't give a fuck.
Hi, I'm Wonder, and I use any pronouns. Twist Talks stands by Palestine and does not support the Disney Corporation's decision to support Israel. For the moment, all three hosts of Twist Talks are choosing not to support Twisted Wonderland in any way financially, and we urge any and all listeners to do the same.
Okay, which of us is doing the intro?
I mean, this is your idea.
Okay. Hello. So for this episode, we are going to take the main students in Twisted Wonderland at NRC, because for once I didn't include the staff members in this because I don't care, and sort them into Percy Jackson, Camp Half-Blood Cabins, or just essentially just who we think their godly parent would be in that universe. Ooh.
And this is just Talisa and Wonder.
Yes.
Because Caden forgot we were recording today.
Yeah. They may send us a list of what they think at some point during this recording, but I don't know if that's happening, and we're not waiting for it, so... How do you want to do this? Do you want to just have, like, each person run through their entire list, or do you want to be like, this character, which do you think?
I don't have a list, so...
How dare you?
I didn't realize that was how we were supposed to be doing it.
How else would we do it?
I don't know.
So is this just gonna be I say what I think and you tell me whether or not you agree or disagree?
Sure.
Oh boy, we are...
I was maybe going to come up with something, but then I was really busy yesterday and forgot. And I don't know.
I just remember because I had made this list like a month ago or something, and you were like, no, if I did this, I have to really get into like the whole character analysis and like all this background psychology stuff, and I'm like, vibes.
I also was sick that day.
You had all the time in the world to do it.
Wasn't fully thinking straight. I mean, I'm never thinking straight, but I wasn't fully thinking. You know what I mean.
Such a mood. Okay. Well, I'll just go in... Yeah, dorm order is the correct... I'm getting my things mixed up, but dorm is the correct word for NRC. I'll just go in dorm order then, because that's how I have them written. Starting off with Riddle, I feel like he is very obviously an Athena kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's not that much debate on that. If you memorize the 800-something rules of your dorm and enforce them, I don't know who else your parent would be.
Yeah.
Trey, I think, would be a Demeter kid. That's just the vibes I'm getting off of him, and I feel like the baking has stuff to do with that, because, you know, like, he could just grow like all the fruits for pastries and stuff, but I don't feel very strongly about that. But that was the general vibes I was getting from him.
Oh, we're including minor gods in this, right?
Yes.
Sorry. Okay.
Because I do have a few on there.
I'm just looking at a list of every god that has a cabin in PJO.
I mainly did that. I was like, what gods do I know that have a cabin? And then I think there's only two that I put that don't have a cabin, and one of them, there are children of this god in the series. For some reason, they just never gave him a cabin. Maybe they did, I don't know. But who I put for Jack doesn't have a cabin. Nemesis? Does Nemesis have a cabin?
I thought so. I thought they gave her one.
I don't remember. It was like, I know she has a kid because Ethan, but like...
Yeah.
The person who I put for Jack does not have a cabin, but that's the only one.
Okay. But going back to Trey, I can see Demeter. I don't really know who else.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not 100% on this, but like, I have no clue who else it would be.
Yeah.
Cater, I feel like, would be Hermes. He has that chaotic energy.
I almost want to say Dionysus for Cater.
Oh, true. I can see that.
Because theater kid.
Are we just saying all of
You can't tell me Cater isn't a theater kid.
No, he is, for sure. He just hides it with all the social media.
Yeah. And Dionysus is the patron god of the theater.
I love that.
So yeah, I see Cater as a Dionysus kid.
I agree with that.
I feel like I just said his name like 4 different ways.
Honestly, though,
like every time I said Dionysus, I feel like it was a different pronunciation.
That's valid, though. That's fair. Deuce, I feel like would be an Aries kid, but I feel like he'd be like Frank. You know, where like everyone kind of thinks he's someone else because he's like,
yeah,
not to be rude, but like they kind of think he's like too nice to be an Aries kid, and then he just randomly goes crazy over some eggs, like, and they're like, oh, now it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can see it.
Yeah, I feel like I could see Aries or Nike, honestly.
True.
But that, I don't know why Nike.
I don't know. Like, I can see Nike too, Goddess of Victory.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I can see it, but
I do like, see Aries.
I feel like he's one of the ones that like, because you know there are the people where it's like you can so strongly tell like this is their godly parent, and others where it's like, oh really? Like, he's on the one where like whatever answer he gives you, they're gonna be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ace I put as Hermes.
Yes.
He's constantly breaking into our house and is annoying. You can't tell me that's not a Hermes kid.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so for Savannah Claw, Leona I put as Aries or Hypnos. I'm leaning a little more toward... It's hard to tell, because, like, part of me wants to put Hypnos because he's, like, constantly sleeping in the garden, but at the same time, like, that's just him being lazy.
Yeah, I feel like at least the house wardens, or... I don't know if the grouping is going to be, like, the house wardens or, like, the group who overplat. At one of those groups, all of them need to be children of major gods, I feel like. I feel like that just makes sense.
Looking at the list, I think there's only one that I didn't put as a major god.
Okay. At least in my mind, that's what makes sense. But I can see... I definitely see Leona as a child of Aries.
Yeah, like, I'm leaning more towards that one because, like, I mean, we talked about this yesterday with book 2. Was that yesterday? No, that was not.
No, that was Thursday, 2 days ago.
Talked about this last time. Like, his temper and everything, like, it's more the, like, Clarice kind of Aries kid.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ruggy is Hermes.
Oh, 100%.
Constantly stealing from Leona, like...
Yeah. Stealing from everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reggie is absolutely a Hermes kid.
For sure. Jack was hard to place, but I put him... So, technically, this one, there's 2 gods that are both the goddess of justice. It's like mother and daughter, and they have the exact same role. Bemis and Dyke. And I think from looking it up, Themis is like... She might be a Titan. I don't think she's a Titan, but she was one of Zeus's wives. And I think from what I saw, she is the more, like, legal justice kind of thing. Like, overall legal, no, like, more black and white kind of thing for justice. And then Dyke, her daughter, was more, like, moral justice.
I'm sorry, what is the goddess's name?
I know, I hate it. It's Dike.
Fun.
Yeah. I found that out. My friend was texting me it, and I'm like, I think you mistyped this. And they're like, no, that's the goddess's name, unfortunately. I swear I'm not saying slurs. She's an actual Greek goddess.
I think it's Dike.
Dike. It's hard to tell with words. Me and my friends can't even agree on how you say Aphrodite. Because they argue. It's like one of them says Aphrodite and I say Aphrodite. In that case,
usually if a Greek name has an E at the end, you say the E.
The E. Okay. I don't know. Or Hecate or Hecate or however you say it. That was another one. I just went with how did the audiobook say it, and that's what I'm saying. But she was never mentioned in them, so I just went off of writing. Okay. Octava now. I feel like Azul's an Athena kid.
Can we go back to Jack?
Yeah,
for a second.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Jack.
I feel like Jack is a Demeter kid.
Really? Oh, right. He has that whole plant thing.
Yeah, with his little cacti.
I haven't read any of the things with his cactus, so I forgot
neither
it
have
exists.
I don't remember how I know, but I just know that, like, Jack loves cacti, and it's the cutest thing ever.
I need to find what vignette this is. Like, I completely forgot about that. I'm just like, I
know it gets brought up in one of his birthday vignettes.
Okay, I don't know if I have any of his birthday cards, honestly.
I don't either. I don't think I do. So let me see if it's on his wiki anywhere.
I remember you telling me that because it was for, like, you're trying to come up with, like, usernames for the chat fic. And you had something
which
to
we
do
never
with his...
did
yeah,
anything
we never did
with.
anything with it. But you made his something to do with cactuses, and I'm like, what the heck?
So they do have it listed on the wiki, but they don't have a reference, like, to where it comes from. So, but I do know, like, in his birthday vignette, like, the groovy is, I think it has to be, I think that's Reggie giving him a cactus.
Aww.
It's so
That's
cute. And he's just, like, so happy.
That's adorable.
I love Jack.
Jack is a sweetheart.
He is. Okay, but that to me feels like Demeter kid.
I mean,
it's also in his labware. They also bring it up in his labware. So if you have his labware,
I think I do. I think I have everyone's labware.
All right. Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to check. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. So I'm just trying to go. I'm like, his main thing in the like books he's in is him just being annoyed at like people cheating. So that's what I was going off of.
Yeah, but that makes sense too. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway,
Octavino. I put them all in different cabins. Azul is Athena.
Really? Even the Tweels?
Yes, the Tweels are in different ones.
Okay.
I did stare at that for a bit. I'm like, they have to have the same one. And then I'm like, no. They don't.
Okay.
It's Greek. We don't question it. Azul is Athena. He got all his contracts. He knows that all the in and outs of loopholes and everything. Running a mafia, it just seems like a very Athena thing to do. Jade I put as a Demeter kid with all his mushrooms.
Okay. That's fair. I can see that.
Going on forest walks and collecting all the shrooms, like that felt very Demeter-ish to me.
Yeah.
And then Floyd I put in the Aries cabin. He just wants to squeeze everyone. And violence.
They don't even have the same gender, godly parent.
No, they don't.
How does this work?
We don't question it.
Okay.
Do you know the amount of stuff Rick has just like randomly said when it comes to the godly parents reproducing? We don't question it.
Okay.
Okay, do you agree with the Tweels, or do you have different same godly parents?
I don't know, because you're right. They do have, like, really the only thing that makes sense, the only god that makes sense for them to both have that god as their godly parent is Poseidon, which I don't remember the artist, but there's an artist on TikTok who makes these really amazing, like, Percy Jackson AU comics, and that's where that idea for me came from.
Is that the one you sent me with Jamil?
Yeah, yes. Yeah,
okay,
when I like messaged you and said, you know, this person has some really cool Percy Jackson AUs, it was them.
Okay, I don't know what their username is. It just says TikTok Mika, Mika. So I feel like it has to be more than that.
Yeah.
If I click on it, will it give me more? We're now searching our
TikTok
phones
is
for
making
this.
me do a CAPTCHA. What the fuck?
Okay, I got it. At HANAKOS.ghost.
Hanako's ghost.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm already butchering names.
So there, where I got the what?
I said I'm already butchering names. I wasn't gonna make an attempt on that.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, I could see the Tweels as either sibling children of Poseidon or, yeah, what you said. I don't know how that would work, and it's confusing me, but you're right. It's Greek mythology.
It's Greek mythology. We don't question it. I felt like Poseidon was too obvious for them. I'm like, I can't make the fish boys Poseidon just because they're fish boys. But it was very tempting.
Yeah.
Kaleem is obviously Apollo. He is sunshine incarnate.
Mm-hmm.
Happy little boy. And I think that is what the reel you sent me by the person we just mentioned, they did the same as I did for the Scarabia, because hello, we will have technical difficulty errors in this as my dad walked into the room I'm recording in, so I don't know at what time he walked in, so I'm going to try and recap as best as I can, because we just had to take like a 20-minute break. So, as I was saying, the person we just mentioned on TikTok, they, as Wonder said, they do Percy Jackson twist reels, and the one they sent me was for Kalim and Jamil, and they did place them with the same godly parents as I have in my notes, with Kalim for Apollo and Jamil as Nemesis. I don't know much about Nemesis, besides that she's the goddess of revenge, and from Ethan, I don't remember his last name. It's like McIntyre or something. No, that's wrong. That's a different character.
Nakamura. Oh,
yeah.
Fuck. Oh, I think we have time.
What?
Sorry, my headphones just yelled at me.
Oh.
But they usually give me like another half hour.
Lucky, I think mine give me like another 10 minutes. But yeah, so that's what I have placed for Scarabia.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me. And I do like the idea of, I know what I said before, but I do like the idea of Jamil being the child I hate to say it, but I do like the idea of Jamil being a child of a minor god. And then Kaleem being a major god. But yeah. The Apollo and Nemesis make sense for them.
Yeah. I don't really know like who else Jamil would be, honestly. I feel like I could... Is there like a specific cooking god, or am I just going to place all the cooking people with Demeter?
Not that I know of, and not that one that is listed on the wiki.
Okay. I feel like there, I mean, like, I'm sure there is. Like, there's a god of bread, but, like, I think there's a god of baked bread and a god of unbaked bread. Like, we got options. I don't know their names, but I remember seeing it on an Instagram reel. Going on to Pompior, I put Bill as Aphrodite.
Yeah.
Kind of obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much to say there. I put Rook for Apollo because he's really good at archery. Apollo is the archery god. And, you know, Apollo probably has some stalker tendencies as well.
Probably.
I know.
Are we forgetting the story of Echo? Or not Echo.
I was like, Echo?
Actually, no, yeah, Echo.
Echo? I was thinking more Daphne.
Yes, that's what I meant. Sorry, it's been a minute.
That's fair. I was like, wait, what does he have to do with Echo? Watch him play an important part in
something.
that.
I don't remember. Yeah.
I don't know.
Daphne was what I
Yeah, Daphne. Epple, I put him as a child of Aphrodite mainly because he would hate it.
Yeah.
He would be kind of like Piper
sense.
And be like, I am just no. Like, this may be my parent, but I don't agree with everything you're doing.
I feel like Hanako's Ghost, they did the same thing for Pompior. They did villain Epple as Aphrodite kids, and then my god. Rook, thank you. What the fuck? As an Apollo kid. But they gave Vil Charm Speak, and I feel like Epple would have Charm Speak.
Epple has Charm Speak, but
and like
it only
maybe
works in his southern accent.
That's why Vil is so like... Sorry?
I said Epple has Charm Speak, but it only works in his southern accent.
Yes. And like... but like that's why, because Epple has Charm Speak, that's why Vil is so, you know, because he wants to use it. But he hates the fact that it only works with the southern accent. But he's tried and he can't get it to work any other way.
I feel like eventually Epple learns how to do it whenever he wants, but just out of spite, he tells Bill it only works with the southern accent.
Yes. Or he just never... Yeah.
Deuce just asks him one day, he's like, is that true? And he's like, no. I'm just messing with him.
Yes.
Okay, Edie and Ortho I gave different parents.
Okay.
So Ortho is a Hades kid. I put him for that, but Edie I put as a Hephaestus kid. Like, he's really good at... Well, Edie is really good at, like, building and technology and stuff, and that's what the Hephaestus kids are known for. Like, I mean, he literally made Ortho. Spoilers. Not really. So, like, he's very good at building
he made
everything.
Robot Ortho.
Well, yeah. And then, I mean, technically, just thinking about this random fact right now, I mean, Children of Hephaestus, very rare case in, you know, as we see with Leo, can control fire, and his hair is fire. So I'm just gonna... In this AU, Edie is bald, and he just constantly has fire hair because why not? he'd have to be bald for that to work, because I don't think it has ever, like, burned Leo's hair when he lights his ears on fire.
No, because he's
and
fire
stuff,
resistant.
Yeah,
that's a plot point, that Leo is fire resistant.
But that was the first way it came into my head, was just like, his hair is pure fire. But it could just be he has really long hair with a fire coating on it.
Yeah. Or maybe he just, like, as an intimidation tactic, when he's fighting, he sets his hair on fire. I don't know.
I want to see this now.
I don't know. I like both the ideas. Both Idia being the Hephaestus kid and Ortho being the Hades kid, and then also the other way around. I don't know.
I mean, I could just be rude and say that Ortho's the Hades kid because he's dead, but...
No!
I thought that was a bit too rude to flat out say, even though that probably is a good portion of my reasoning. I mean, they're also based off Hades, like one of them had to be.
Yeah. So what if... what if they are both Hades kids, but then because, can't have children of the big three, they, like, pretend to be Hephaestus kids?
Hephaestus, adopt my children.
Yeah, and so, like, Idia has, like, a blessing of Hephaestus or something. Because we do know that can happen. Mm-hmm. Gods can bless other demigods. Or demigods who aren't their kids.
Frank being able to shapeshift of his family being blessed by Poseidon, which I think is funny, because then you have Percy just being like, what the heck, Dad, the entire series, why can't I do this?
Uh-huh. And also just Jason's entire existence.
Honestly.
She's blessed by... because he's blessed by Hera.
Mm-hmm. Hera's chill, just not in Percy Jackson.
Yeah. One of my friends worships Hera. She really likes her, so yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to Deisomnia. I wasn't fully sure where to place Mally, but I put him as a child of Hecate, or Hecate, however you say it.
I usually say Hecate, but...
I normally say Hecate. I know people who say Hecate, and then one of my friends and I were watching the old Charm series, and they had an episode within it, and I had to listen to like half an hour of them saying Hecate, and I wanted to chuck the remote at the TV. I was so annoyed.
Yeah, no. Let me see if there's just a plain pronunciation guide anywhere.
They like confirm so many times. They're like, the Greek goddess of witchcraft, Hecate, and I'm like, please stop. I'm like, look at these letters. How did you get that?
Because that might actually be how it was pronounced in Greece, in ancient Greece.
If it is, I'm gonna cry.
Based on the Romanization of the Greek writing, I think that might actually be it.
No!
Because there's like an accent on the A and like one of those flat lines on the E that means you're supposed to extend it.
I'm not happy.
If somebody is Greek and actually knows how to pronounce Hecate's name, please tell us.
Imagine just asking a Greek person to just be like, can you confirm how all of the gods' names are pronounced? So, and all the debates once and for all within our friend group. But that's what I put for Mally, because, he's like the 5th most powerful mage. Might as well just give him the magic god as his parent.
Yeah. But then also, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like it could also be a similar thing to like what I said for the Shroud Brothers, because like Hecate is another goddess that like we know she blesses because other children of other gods with like Hazel. So what if like Mally is a son of Zeus because it's Zeus.
True. I mean, yeah.
And Hecate has blessed him.
Zeus is enough. But yeah, I mean, like, the lightning and raining would be... Not raining, flying would be...
And also, it's Zeus.
Yeah, it's Zeus. I mean, it would make sense. I just don't like Zeus, so I didn't even consider that an option. But it does make a lot of sense.
I don't know. Either works.
Yeah. Lily, I put as Dionysius.
Yes.
His
That
tomato
or-
juice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the equivalent of a Dakota with Kool-Aid, like...
Mm-hmm. But okay, that, or, like, Child of Dionysus, or, Hanako's ghost had him as just, like, he just is a minor god. And he just chills at camp.
Oh no, someone just turned the
What
shower
is he the god
on.
of? Nobody knows.
I love that. Someone just turned the shower on, so that might be background noise, but
fun.
It seems kind of quiet today.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for all the technical difficulties on my end. No,
Yeah,
I love
I've got
that.
my fan
Lilia
going on my end, and that never records well, so...
I
But
love
it's
the
so
idea
hot.
of Lilia just being a minor god.
Mm-hmm. What is he the god of? Who knows? Certainly not him.
He changes the answer every time.
Yes.
Like, it's anywhere from, like, vampires, mischief, to just straight up tomato juice.
It's just whatever he's doing at the moment.
Yeah. What are you the god of? Midnight gaming, obviously. He would be the, like, internet god.
He would.
Lilia is now the god of
maybe
gamers.
he's
It is confirmed.
What?
Lilia is the god of gamers, confirmed.
Yeah. Or maybe this is just something that I came up with, just literally just right now. What if he is, because obviously we know he's going to be very connected to Melis, Silver, and Zebek, because of course he is. What if he's the satyr that found all of them and brought them to camp? So that would mean he's a satyr.
I mean, I can't picture him as a satyr, but, like...
Maybe in this version of Camp Half-Blood, they have other nature spirits that go out and do that as well, not just the satyrs.
He's just a random entity, like demigod, minor god, spirit, creature, whatever, that just found them and then has just been gaslighting all of the kids to believing he's a satyr who clearly has human legs. What do you mean I'm not a satyr? I brought them to camp.
You're never chilling with the satyrs. You're always here with the campers.
I feel like he'd chill with the satyrs, especially if it was more like the fawns, because I think they were, well, no, they treated fawns horribly at Camp Jupiter. But, like, the kind of fawns that were more like the followers of Dionysius and stuff, and, like, just get drunk and play music in the woods.
Yeah.
He chills with them. Lilia just chills with the party pony centaurs. Lilia just does whatever he wants.
Honestly. Every cabin just has one open bed because Lilia crashes in a different cabin every night.
Okay, I feel like it would be funny if, yes, there is an open bed, because Lilia will steal someone's bed and they have to get up during the night and go to the open bed.
Yes.
He either wakes them up and kicks them out during the middle of the night, or they just have very confused campers waking up snuggling Lilia like, what the heck just happened?
And they always go, the reserved bed is supposed to be for you. But that bed's warm already.
He's just upside down, hanging from the ceiling as he says this. They gave him the bed because he terrified students by sleeping upside down like a bat, and they'd just wake up and scream. They're like, please, you have
Best
to
part
sleep
is
in
he
a bed.
doesn't even need to sleep.
Yeah, honestly.
He's just pulls a Crowley and just enjoys sleeping.
He just chills next to Silver,
Crowley
his
from Good
sleepy
Omens.
baby. I said he just curls next to Silver, his sleepy baby.
Uh-huh. Silver is the only camper that he never kicks out of bed. Like, he will even kick Malleus and Sebek out, but not Silver.
I can't really picture him kicking Malleus out. If Malleus complains,
he
then
doesn't
he's
kick
like,
Malleus out. Malleus offers his bed.
yeah. It's like, if he complains, Lilia would just be like, well, you can move. But otherwise, I could see them sharing a bed.
And Sebek also, like, he doesn't kick Sebek out. Sebek just offers. Just sees Lilia and is like, here you go.
My liege, take the bed.
I feel like we need to move on. I feel like we've been talking about Lilia for like 10 minutes.
Lilia deserves it.
Honestly.
But yeah, I think it has been like 10 minutes.
I mean, he's the best character.
Okay. Sebek, I'm not fully confident on this one, but I put him as an Aries kid.
That's fair.
Like, you'd at least train with them, because, you know, the whole night thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either like he's an Aries kid, or he just keeps training with the Aries kids, and they all don't like him, but he keeps showing up and they can't get him to leave. So they just train with him.
I feel like... I don't know why I keep coming back to Nike, but I feel like he could also be a child of Nike.
I can kind of see that. I don't know. We just know if this was Egyptian mythology, he would be a son of Sobek. Oh my gosh. How did I not realize the names?
You didn't.
I didn't. Sebek and Sobek. Oh my gosh. I forgot Sobek existed until right now. I was just like, is there a crocodile god? Yep, Egyptian mythology. They literally just changed the letter.
Yeah. And also, he wouldn't be the child of Sobek, he would be a magician of
Right.
Sobek.
Well, maybe he had a kid. We don't know.
I don't know. Well, if we're going weird in verse, that's how that works.
I don't think they ever specified that the Egyptian gods just didn't have kids. We just know current day, none of them are their kids.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Yeah.
But that is the wrong fandom.
Mm-hmm.
Mythology.
Well, right fandom, wrong chunk
I'm like,
of
they're
it.
technically the same fandom.
Yeah.
Technically.
Right fandom, wrong chunk.
Yeah.
We could also be pulling from the other pantheons, but
I feel like that
we haven't been
that's
for
its
some
own
reason.
Episode.
Every pantheon gets its own episode?
Well, no, we have Greek and then everything else.
Okay.
But I also haven't... So I've read Kane Chronicles. I haven't read Magnus Chase yet, so I don't know much about Norse mythology.
Mm.
So I got you on Egyptian and I got you on Roman and slightly Egyptian. My Egyptian is iffy. They only gave me 7 books. They only gave me... Oh my god. I can't talk. They only gave me 3 books to learn that mythology. I had like 15 to learn Greek.
Yeah. I have one of the King Chronicles like guidebooks if you want to just check it out.
I might have it. I don't know. I know I have a lot of the little like random books, but I haven't read them.
Mm-hmm. I have like the one with the flap. Yeah.
I think the only Kane Chronicle one I have is the Demigods and Magicians.
Mm-hmm. I don't have that one.
Well, if you want to borrow it.
I've read it. I read it on my mom's Kindle, but...
Fair. Well, after we've gotten very sidetracked, Silver is obviously a child of Hypnos. Like, there's no arguing
Obviously.
that.
Obviously. Yeah.
What is it called? No. Is it narcolepsy when you just fall asleep?
Yes.
Yeah, he has that. How is he not a child of the sleep god?
Well, minor spoilers for book 7 here, but based on his signature spell, he could also be a child of Morpheus.
Who's Morpheus?
God of dreams.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I don't know anything about Morpheus except I think they were recently introduced to Lore Olympus, and honestly, I haven't been vibing with that character very much, so I don't remember much about them.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that too.
Mm-hmm. Because based on his signature spell, which is basically dream hopping.
Okay. I didn't know what his signature spell was, so...
I've told you about it!
Doesn't mean I remember. I mean, now that you say that, I'm like, oh, right, yeah, that makes sense. But, like, if you just asked me what was Silver's signature spell, I would be like, I have no freaking clue.
Ooh. MC is...
And then Grimm is just...
MC is immortal, but they're the Oracle.
Yeah.
MC is a mortal. I wasn't sure if that was clear, but they are the Oracle.
I heard immortal at first, and then you said Oracle, and I was like, that makes me... They can see through the mist, wandered onto camp, and now they can't leave.
Mm-hmm. or
just like,
do they not want to leave?
They can't leave.
Okay.
They try to leave, and they're like, no, you're our Oracle, we need you.
Which makes sense, because MC does have prophetic dreams in canon. Kind of prophetic dreams.
True.
I really am curious how they're going to explain
just a demon that escaped from hell.
Yeah. Some monster that, like, latched on to... So there's gotta be something that's, like, some sort of Greek monster that's similar to what Grimm is.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm not... I could think of a Harry Potter one, but that's not this fandom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, because...
I'm sure there is.
He's also... I'm pretty sure he is what becomes the Chimera in that, like, training sequence at the beginning.
That's not a Chimera.
Yes, it is!
No, it's not!
Chimera is just a word for, like, animals that have been... something that has parts from multiple animals. Like, yes, the chimera is specifically lion, goat, and snake, but a chimera is just something that has parts from multiple animals. And the chimera that we see in the prologue does, or the thing that we see at the beginning of the prologue does have parts from multiple animals. It's got a lion head and a snake tail.
Twisted Wonderland prologue monster. It's been a while since I've looked at it, you know? Okay, for one, all of these have terrible lighting on them, so I'm not getting a good picture on it. But all I am seeing in this picture is a fire puppy, so...
Is a what?
Fire puppy. It's just a dog. Okay, never mind.
Well, first off, that's got a fucking lion mane. And also, it does have a snake tail.
Okay. So this was a very dark picture where I couldn't see all the body parts, but now that I have it on a white background, this is terrifying. And I will accept chimera as a term.
I'm not sure if that's the same one you were looking at, but that's what I saw, so.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at before. What's the first one I saw? So you can...
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
What?
So maybe Grimm is just a baby chimera in this universe.
That's what I was seeing, but it was smaller, so I couldn't see all the details, and I'm like, this just looks like it does have more cat-like features, but I'm like, this just looks like a dog with a fire mane.
How do you
It
get
is a
dog?
fire puppy. Because I
don't
was
see how
thinking
you get dog
Cerberus.
from that. That looks like a cat's face
I had
to me.
Cerberus in my head as I was looking up the picture. I love Cerberus.
Why?
I have a little 3D
He's not Cerberus.
But
He is in no way a Cerberus. He's a cat.
I'm always thinking of Cerberus. 3-headed dog, what's not to love? I have a little Cerberus next to me right now, 3D printed. I love him. I think he's 3D printed. I have no clue. I bought him from a run fair. Like, look at this little thing. People on the recording can't look at it. I might post a picture, but it's just so cute. And I gave him a little fake earring on one of his heads. One of them has his ears bent and his tongue sticking out. He's so cute. It's my favorite head. He's just a silly dude. I love them. I want the Cerberus.
How does overblooding work in the Percy Jackson EU? Like, what is the equivalent?
Well, okay. I feel like the closest we've seen to overblooding in Percy Jackson is Nico. With all his shadow travel magic and raising the dead and just he just passes out.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeps for 2 days.
So nobody gets possessed or goes insane or anything and we have to fight them. They just fall asleep.
I mean, that could be what overblooding is. They could get possessed because, that is one of the things that kind of happens in Trials of Apollo. They just get turned into zombies.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they touched something they're not supposed to. Maybe they angered a god and they just went, nope.
Oh.
Maybe it's some prophecy that they have to... Campers are randomly getting possessed and trying to kill people and draining all their magic, and we need to go on quests to stop it, and it's gonna take us 7 books. Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, that's technically what we're supposed to know with this episode, but
Who knows? Honestly, my favorite part of Trials of Apollo was just all the scenes with Will and Nico, and you just have it where Nico's like, I'm not tired or something, and then just immediately passes out, and Will's just like, and now the Lord of Darkness needs to take a nap. And just puts his sweatshirt under his head as a pillow. And I'm like, I love this. This is my favorite part of this series. Just them.
Oh. Solangelo are so cute.
They are, I love them. I really need to read the Sun and the Star. I have it.
Me too.
I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Me too, because I've been too busy reading Heaven Official's Blessing and Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation.
I've been too busy reading everything else.
I'm on book 6. I'm on book 6 of TGCF. Halfway done. I'm partway through the White Clothed Calamity arc, and I'm dying.
I don't know what any of that means, but good for you.
Basically, Xielian has a very, very, very bad day and becomes a villain for a few years.
Mood.
Yeah. And Hua Chang is there as his sidekick, basically, except he doesn't know it's Hua Chang. And I love Hua Lian. They're adorable.
Okay, should we wrap this episode up since we're getting off topic?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you for listening to us rambling and dealing with all of the technical difficulties on my end.
Thank you. All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.